Hi, this is Frank Schaeffer. And as you can see the poster behind me and the book in my hand, I have a new book. And I would like to just give you a little personal message, and it's short. And that is that in the past, one of the great pleasures of my life has been that book clubs across this country in the United States and also the world, Australia, the United Kingdom, New Zealand, and so forth, have made some of my past books their most popular choices. In fact, both Portofino, my novel, and my novel, Saving Grandma, were #1 and #2 book club choices in the US and in the UK for a while after they were published. Now, my new book, The Gospel of Zip, is not a work of fiction, and I've been giving it away for free on YouTube, where you can watch the whole book without buying it. But for those of you who are like me and who still like to read, I want to make a book club offer. And it's this. I handle my book club appearances personally. They don't go through my usual site and my producer, Ernie Gregg, who takes care of everything for me. And if I do a book club appearance, I'll be getting him to schedule it with me, so it'll actually happen because Ernie can remember things that I can't. But I'm going to give you my personal email address that I've had for decades, since email became a thing, on one of the very old-fashioned sites, and that's AOL. And here it is. frankaschaeffer at AOL.com. That's frankaschaeffer at AOL.com. Frank A. Schaeffer at AOL.com. If you have a book club or are a member of a book club or lead a book club, I would like to hear from you. And all you need to do to get me to answer your book club's questions in person is email me at frankaschaeffer at AOL.com after you have done a couple of things. One, have a book club of 5 or more people who buy a copy on Amazon of The Gospel of Zip, subtitled A Canine Human Love Story Exploring Why Most Dogs and a Few Humans Live Joyful Lives. And then write to me and say, our book club has been reading your book and would like to do a Q&A session with you. Write to me at frankaschaeffer at AOL.com personally, and I will set this up and schedule it as a Zoom call. And you can do a Zoom call by putting a phone or a laptop in your group, and I'll see you all sitting there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. It doesn't have to be big. And you can ask me questions, and I'll do a book club appearance with you for 45 minutes to an hour. And all you need to do is email me and say, we'd like to do this, and I'll find a time and work with my producer, Ernie, to make sure it doesn't conflict with my podcasts, which we do on In Conversation with Frank Schaeffer. And that also goes for people who are watching the book for free. You've still got to buy the book to do a book club and have me appear, but maybe you've watched it on thegospelofzip.com or YouTube, and now you want your book club to do the book. But I want to say this one thing about the book for a book club. There's a book club in California that's now doing my book, and they're telling me the same sort of thing they told me about Portofino and Saving Grandma, that they've never had such good and vivid discussions because my book is a love story. The Gospel of Zip is a love story. It's about dogs. It's about dog evolution. It's about what makes people tick, which is the survival of the friendliest. In fact, it's a perfect book for book clubs, if I may be so bold to say that. And that is, you will never have better discussions. You will never have a warmer atmosphere, because this book is about getting along and loving each other and the way we want to be connected to other people, which is a thing book clubs do. So in fact, this is a pro book club book. So please do me the personal favor, if you followed me, of taking me up on an offer to do a book club with The Gospel of Zip. Email me at frankaschaeffer at AOL.com, and I will set this up with my producer, Ernie. And all I'll need you to do is to give me a date and a time. We'll work on it. I'll answer your questions for 45 minutes to an hour. And I really look forward to it, because this book is about connection, and I'd like to connect with you and your book club. And I promise you, if you dip into The Gospel of Zip on YouTube, and then you get your book club to buy copies on Amazon, you will find the discussions are going to be terrific. And I really look forward to discussing relationships and falling in love and childcare and what we've learned having 3 children and 5 grandchildren that I've helped care for, and what it means to go from being an asshole by divine right, which is the way I describe myself at the beginning of the book, to a good facsimile of the kind of person you'd actually want to be in a relationship with. And what is that learning curve? What is that mental health journey? How does it impact childcare? And what is love and connection all about? And if that's not what book clubs want to talk about, I'm really dumbfounded, because I think that's why we all go to book clubs. We want those discussions. We want that connection. Well, I've written a book club book. And so I'm doing a lot of other things with the Gospel of Zip, but I don't want to forget the pleasure I had in the past with people who contacted me directly. And Zoom now makes it interesting and easy. I used to have to get in a car and I would drive to places and even fly to places to answer questions to book clubs or do a phone interview. That was the best we could do. But now, fast forward into the Zoom era, all you have to do is book a date with Zoom, send me the link. I'll check it with Ernie and make sure I'm free. Most of my podcasts are between 1 and 2 p.m. East Coast time. That's no good, but most of these things take place in the evening. I go to bed early, not too late, but I'll be there for you. Thank you. And if you have a book club, please consider the Gospel of Zip, because I'd love to talk with you about it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Frank Schaeffer.